right, in today's training, we are talking about your first product launch. And your first product launch is helping you understand the processes and steps you go through once you launch your info product. So at this point, you should have a sales funnel in place, or at the very least, you should have an info product, and you should have gone through the steps to get your info product live. But this training is designed to help you take an info product that's live once it's live and then follow up with you so you understand the steps that you go through to launch your product to the market, to make sure it continues to make sales, and to ensure that you are getting the maximum benefit from your product that you just created. The product launch, this is probably the most important training. This is a training that you're going to continually reference because once your info product is live, you need to know what steps you need to continue to do day after day to continue to earn maximum revenue from that product. You could actually generate a solid full-time income, a very solid full-time income with just one info product. So if you already have that info product and maybe the upsells in place, you have what you need to generate a solid income, but now you need that roadmap so that you can turn that product into a good evergreen product that pays you day after day, month after month for ongoing revenue for yourself. So what is next after you launch? It's probably a big question that everybody has is once they launch their info product, what is next? And that's what this training is designed to do. So the first thing that I like to focus on is understanding my conversions. It's the very first thing I know. In fact, it does not matter what product I launch. I am always nervous until I see that very first sale. And it doesn't matter how many of these I've done. I've been a part of going on, launching about 100 plus products into the marketplace over the years. And every single time I go live, the first thing I worry about is, am I going to make that first sale? And it's just natural. And it's kind of like maybe a baseball pitcher. They're kind of uncomfortable till they throw that first strike or maybe get that first out. Then they get kind of settled in. And that's where I'm at when I launch a product. So I always want to know, is it converting? And then once I know if it's converting, I know that I have a product that I can work with now. Now, I've never had a product that did not make a sale. So that's a positive thing. And tracking conversions is actually one of the first steps. And I'm going to show you guys kind of a math formula, how that works on a Word document so you guys can understand that process. So understanding your conversion numbers means understanding how many how many people come to your page and then how many people buy your product. So then you know how that works. Then I learn about, okay, once I know my numbers, I think of ways that I can boost my conversions. And a couple ways that I do this really quickly. In fact, I just did this on a product launch that started out with a 4% conversion, and I got it up all the way up to almost 8% conversion. So I literally almost doubled the conversion rate by doing these two things. And that was changing the headlines so that they resonated with the audience a little better, and then changing the price of the offer. So those two things were just enough to enhance my product that much. And when I say changing the price, I'm not talking a drastic change like I'm dropping it $10. I'm saying I might be dropping it 5 cents, or I might be dropping it $1.05, or I might be raising it by 95 cents or something just so it looks a little bit like a different price point. So changing the price, maybe going to a dime sale model. We did this on a recent product launch as well. Saw our conversions go way up. We started at a price point of $27, but then we realized we need to go to more of the dime sale model. Went to $15.63, and next thing you know, sales went through the roof. And on my most recent launch, we started off at it was $17, but I dropped it back to $14.95. So I dropped it $2.05, but that was enough to actually make conversions skyrocket and get another 3-4%. So that means what that 3 or 4% means, it may not sound like a lot to you, but that means for every 100 visitors, that means you're selling 3 more copies of your product. That makes a big difference in your overall revenue, because if you have upsells and downsells, that's more people they're going to see your product. And so changing your headlines is a great way to kind of get people to read your copy more, and then changing the price after that. So those are some basic things you can do. And I'm just going to talk about the bare minimum ways to track your conversions. Now there's all sorts of fancy tools you could invest in and that you can use for doing conversion tracking. But most importantly, there's just the very basics, and that's what I want to focus on. We don't want to get into all the fancy tools here, but just the basics. Sometimes adding bonuses is a tremendous way to kind of take your offer over the top to get people to really dive in and want to invest in it. Monitoring your upsells is also really key. So not only do I like to know what my front end product's converting at, I like to know how my upsells are converting. Am I getting, 30% of the people, 20%, 15%? Knowing your numbers with your upsells is going to help you identify, okay, do I need to add a bonus to my upsell? Do I need to change the opening of my video sales letter? Do I need to change the price? What kind of things should I look at to make my upsells convert better? Because if you get people to buy your front end product, they already know, like, and trust you enough to do business with you. So you want to maximize that revenue with the upsells. And we talked about that when we go over the importance of creating a product, is the importance of having a sales funnel or at least one, maybe two upsells into your product, because it's going to enhance the lifetime customer value and the amount of money you make. So monitoring your upsells is really key because that's going to make you a lot of money. The next thing I like to do is know my numbers, and that's where I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So EPC and average sale, those are two of the most important numbers we're going to go through in this training. EPC stands for earnings per click, and then average sale price is really important to know in your sales funnel. What is your average sales price? And I'll show you some simple ways to calculate that, and also a real simple way to do that inside JVZoo. Recruiting more affiliates is also extremely important. The success or failure of your launch is going to be determined by the traffic that you continue to get on an ongoing basis. And so recruiting more affiliates is extremely vital to your success. And so you really need those affiliate partners to continue to come in and purchase continue to promote your product, continue to promote your offer. So recruiting affiliates is going to be key to getting ongoing traffic. And then there's also some other additional traffic things that we can look into that will also enhance the opportunity for you to make more sales. Customer support is the next thing that you really want to hone in on, because you're going to get questions from your customers about your product. You're going to have people that, maybe want the refund. You're going to have people that need help with your product once it's live. But customer support is really important because you are understanding the needs of your customers, so then you can improve your product, make enhancements to it, and actually maybe sell more, because you might find, oh, I'm getting this similar question about what are the licensing rights to my product, or what is the benefit to this product. So maybe I should do a better job explaining that. So those types of things will get people to actually, to kind of, you hear from your customers, then you can make improvements that way. Writing new email swipes is also another key thing that I do after launch. That means I give my affiliates more fresh material so they can continue to promote my product. Maybe it's blog posts. It depends on what kind of product you have out there. Some of you, it might be additional blog posts. It might be banner advertisements. There's a variety of things that you can offer your affiliates. Updating your JV blog. I like to have a JV blog going that kind of keeps my affiliates apprised of current competitions I have going. Maybe it's just updating them on how the offer's doing. But I think no matter what product you have, whether it's an evergreen product that you have out there on ClickBank, or whether it's an internet marketing product and you're doing like a 7-day fire sale on it, you need to have a JV blog and just let them know what's happening. What have you added to the sales funnel? What have you done to enhance conversions? What have you done to make sure your affiliates are going to make more revenue? So that's really key to tell. Also, going after just spending the time to contact those affiliates that are currently promoting for you is really important. It's one thing to get affiliates to start promoting for you, and it's another thing, it's a lot easier to get those affiliates that are making sales to follow up with them and see what you can do for them. Is there any kind of a special bonus page you could set up that for them? Is there maybe they're doing a great job for you and you say, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. I'm going to throw your banner advertisement onto the download page. That's going to encourage them to keep pushing. Just see ways that you can benefit them and contact those that are really helping you out. It's really important. Following up with your customers, that is key as well. So there's going to be certain opportunities for maybe sending them to certain upsells you have, maybe doing webinars that enhance their experience. Maybe it's a special Q&A that you decide to do. But doing that customer follow-up, that initial follow-up is really important. Sending them related offers that you have, those types of things are going to be key to your success. Now, we're going to talk about each one of these points in detail as this training goes on. And then we'll go over, finally, we'll wrap it all up by talking about some additional ways to make your product evergreen and how that's going to look for your business moving forward. So let's dive in here and let's start going over just some important things. I'm going to start mapping out some things onto a PowerPoint here so you guys can start to see, or excuse me, on a Word document so you guys can see a little bit. So we've got right here your first product launch. You guys should be seeing this now. And this is just your average Word document here, but I'm going to make some notes here for you guys. So tracking conversions, this is the math problem I was talking about. So the first thing that I do when I'm launching a product within the first hour to 2 hours after it's live, and I also do this all throughout the launch because you always want to know what are your numbers looking like, is knowing how many people visit your page divided by how many people purchase the product. So you want to do, how many people visit your page, and then you want to know how many people buy your product. So there's a couple ways you can identify this. So knowing how many people visit your page, you can use your statistics from JVZoo, Stats, ClickBank. You can look at your JVZoo stats, look at ClickBank. Those are two key areas. ClickBank's going to tell you in the analytics section where you can find those numbers. So I'm going to jump into my account here, and let me pause my screen real quick, and I'll jump into my JVZoo and ClickBank account and actually show you guys where these numbers are located. So let's just jump in here, and you guys can see that. Okay, so inside JVZoo here, one of the ways you can instantly identify, how much traffic you're getting is to actually go into their dashboard, go under sellers dashboard, and then you want to look at reports and then pull up sales. So reports and sales, and that's what you want to do. And then you can go to just pull up any, number of, like an all-time number for the product that you're promoting. So you could look at, all time if you just launched it. You could look at over the last week, over the time when you launched it. Those types of things you can actually pull up. So let's let JVZoo pull it up here. And I have a lot of products inside my account, so it's going to look a little bit different. There's going to be some products you can drag down here. Okay, so we've got inside here, inside the JVZoo account, and we'll go to all products, and then let's pull up just one of our products here. So let's say, let me just grab one of my products. Let's say no cost. Let's say your first sales funnel PLR package. We'll grab that. And so you just identify your product here, and then you choose, when you want to track the stats. Is it, what dates you want to track it for, and then go to refresh here. Refresh. And then you're going to easily see here your conversion numbers. They do a really good job of telling you how your product is converting within JVZoo. So they'll tell you your sales numbers. They'll tell you the conversion percentage from each person. So right here, they're telling me that I have a 5.14% conversion, which averages $1.11 per visitor, and the per sale price is $21.66. So that kind of tells you, the revenue that was generated. So that means there's 6,988 visitors, 359 of those people bought that product, which leads to a conversion of 5.14%. So that's how you use the basic numbers. Now in this case, they're also, in this particular product here, there also happens to be two offers on the front end. So I've got a co-branded option and then just a PLR. So if you have more than one product on your front end, you're going to have to do this twice within JVZoo. So your first product launch, and let's see, let's find it here. They kind of buried it in here. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. So your first info product, I've got the PLR package. I've also got a co-branding rights package. So I've actually got three front end products. The visitors are going to be the same. So see here, it says a 1.88% conversion, but that's not entirely accurate because it's only identifying the amount of people that bought this product right here. So this particular product, it's not taking into account the people that bought the other two products on my front end. So you know how sometimes we have more than one product. So we know here, so there's my PLR package. And let's refresh that. And so we've got 11,936 visitors. So I'm just going to do an example here so you guys can see. So 11,936 visitors. 11,936 visitors. And JVZoo has a tracking pixel on their buy now link, so that's how they're pulling up these visits, these number of visits. And then since there's three different products I have on the front end, and this is important if you're selling like WordPress plugins, if you're selling different licensing rights, maybe you have different levels, like they can get the video version of your training or the ebook training. It's really important to know this because again, this 1.86% conversion is not accurate. My conversion actually is quite a bit higher than that. So 11,936 visitors, 224 of those bought the co-branded PLR. And then let's see the next number here. So now I'm just going to drag down, go to refresh. And this is how you can check your conversions for any product. Now, if it's your first product, it'll be pretty simple, pretty cut and dry in there. So it'll be pretty easy to find that. So let's go here. So 222 people bought the PLR package version. So let's go back here. You can see a very close amount bought it. PLR version. And then let's see how many bought the personal use rights version. And so I'm just going to scroll that down. So there's the personal use. So again, I had three levels, and then we'll add that up to know our exact amount. So 76 people bought that. So now what you're going to do is basic math here. So we're going to pull up a calculator and know our sales. And again, JVZoo gives you the percentage. You could just go ahead and add the percentage, but I'm showing you this in case you're not using JVZoo, in case you're using ClickBank, or in case you're using another, another way to launch your product. Or maybe it's just PayPal and you're looking into your website transaction logs. So that means there's 522 total sales. So 522 total sales. Then we're going to divide that by the number of visitors. So 11,936, and that's going to give us our conversion percentage. So 522 divided by 11,936. That means we're converting on this product at 4.37%. So that means for every 100 people that visit the page, roughly 4 people are purchasing one of the products on the front end. So that's kind of, more of an average. I wouldn't say that's great conversion rate. Sometimes you want to see more in the 5, 6, 7, 8% range, but that's not bad either. So a lot of average products, kind of an average conversion rate, usually 1, 2%. 4.37 is kind of in the middle there. And so that would tell me that I could go back and make some enhancements to my page. Maybe it's changing the headline. Maybe it's adding some additional items to the bonuses. Maybe it's tweaking some of the sales copy, but that would give me an indication of what I need to do. So this, I really wanted to show you the reason I went through this process, because I wanted you to see how you track conversions once you launch your product, because it's so vital to your success. So knowing how your product converts is going to be key to your long-term success. So we know that we have 11,000 visitors thanks to JVZoo. And now if you're using ClickBank, I'll show you how to track that as well. And then you know how many sales you've made. So for ClickBank, let me just show you how that works. So here's the last 14 days. You go inside the ClickBank, go into your ClickBank account, go to reporting up here, ClickBank, reporting, and then go to analytics. So ClickBank reporting and go to analytics. And inside here, you can set, like a custom date range. So, we did a product launch that went live on the 13th and it ran through the 20th. So I'm just going to pull up numbers that go through that date range. And you can see here, they'll tell you how many hop links. So how many hops means how many visits are displaying on that page. And so again, ClickBank has a way of tracking that within their pixels so they can actually see. They can see how many clicks you're getting from your affiliates. So then we know our amount of sales. So what you want to do here is look at sales count. You want to look at sales count here. So we know, right here that we had over this period 16,642 visits. Now I will say, just from a marketing standpoint, kind of roughly understanding things, generally ClickBank is going to actually have a little the best word, you're going to get a lot more traffic from your ClickBank products, but you're going to have a little lower conversion rate generally with ClickBank. And the reason is because with ClickBank there's thousands of affiliates, and so it's great because you get a lot of people promoting, but your conversion rates are kind of low. They're not going to be as accurate as to what it truly is converting at, because some people are going to send junk traffic. And JVZoo, you have a little more control over that because you can approve or deny certain affiliates. So with ClickBank, unless you get into whitelisting your account, you don't necessarily do that. And so what we've got here, we see that there's 1,117 sales and 16,642 hops or visits. So again, it's just doing a basic math problem here. So we're going to take 1,117. We're going to divide that by 16,642. And that's going to tell us roughly 6.7% conversion rate. So it gives you, kind of that idea that what you're doing. So again, so let's just pull up these numbers. 1,117 total sales. And then let's go, and actually this one was just front end sales. And then let's go down here and go to 16,642. So that means affiliates are converting at that percentage, which is absolutely phenomenal. Those are really good rates for affiliates. 16,642. And that's where we're getting our numbers, 642. Then you pull out the calculator, and we know that we're converting at 6.71%. All right, so that's kind of basically how you track conversions using JVZoo stats, using ClickBank. Alternatively, you could go into your website, into your cPanel, and you could actually pull up and see, okay, how many visitors am I getting on my sales page, and then divide that by how many sales you made through PayPal or ClickBank or JVZoo. So there are other ways that you can track your traffic as well. This just happens to be one of the more reliable ways. So again, you're taking how many people visit your page divided by how many people buy your product. So knowing your numbers is important. Keep this in mind. I'm going to make a note of this. Good conversion rate or average conversion rate. And again, it varies by niche, but average conversion rate that I've seen over the 100 plus info products that I've launched and the millions plus in info product sales is, a good average conversion rate that you're going to see is, probably between 3% and 4%. And so those are kind of numbers you want to try to strive for. If you're getting, 5% or higher, you are doing pretty good. Now, obviously, I always want to be tweaking my sales page because I want to maximize my conversions. I'm during a product launch, I'm not happy fully. I mean, I'm happy with certain numbers, but I wouldn't say I'm elated until I'm getting I really want to push for 10%. Obviously, we always want to have 100%. There's not a sales page in the world that converts at 100%. So you want to try to get that where you're doubling the good percentage, or you're getting your average conversion rate doubled to the 6 to 8% range. That's kind of what I try to strive for with every offer. And so there's certain elements that I do to boost my conversions. And a couple things that you can do there is changing your headlines. Now let me show you an example of how that would work. So I'm just going to go to one of my sales pages for one of my products that I have launched recently. So let me pull that up. So we've got this here, and let's change this sales video. And so now what we've got here, brand new PLR teaches passive income strategies. Revealed how you can get PLR to over 2 hours, 45 minutes of cutting edge passive income training. Start building your list of happy customers like crazy. So when I launched this particular product, my headline said amazing new list building opportunity, because kind of the big hook with this product was I'm selling a high quality 2 hour plus training that you can use to either sell or give away to build your email list up, because that gives those that are purchasing the rights to this product a lot of value. Plus, those that buy this can learn passive income. But I realized what I was missing the boat on was the passive income angle. So that was kind of a key thing that I was missing the boat on. And so I came in here after we launched, a couple hours after launch, and I thought to myself, okay, how can I enhance these conversions? Because I saw the numbers, they were okay. They were kind of in that 2-3% range, and I was like, okay, they're okay, it's converting, so that's a good thing. We're not skunked, meaning we're not making no sales. But I realized there are some enhancements that I needed to make. So that's when I went in and I tweaked my sales page, or my headline. I didn't have to change all the rest of my sales copy, which is a lot. And so you definitely don't need to go in there and start to tweak your offer and go crazy on your sales copy. But I did see some basic things that I could change, which did not take me very long at all. And that was to go in here and change this headline, the pre headline, and then the main headline. Simple to do, but it made all the difference in the world. And then I let that change ride, meaning I just let it stay for the rest of the day, just to really see how things ended up. And I realized, okay, wow, this is a winning headline because my conversions have gone up. That means people are actually now sticking on my page more than they were before. And to me, that's extremely important for you. So that's one of the things I did, is change that headline. The next thing that I encourage people to do is to change your price. Change your price. So once I changed my headline, I was still looking at conversions and thinking, okay, there's something else I can do here. And so I dropped my price a little bit. I've also raised my price. So, there are times where I can actually where I can act, and I see a mistake I made. I actually dropped the price, but I kept it on my graphics. Wow. Okay, so I've actually dropped my price here, and that would actually enhance my conversion if I fix that. So that's one of those other things you can do, is reproof your copy. But I went through here and I dropped my price from $17 to $14.95, co-branded from $27 to $24.95. And that $2.05 drop added another 3% in conversions for me. And because I saw the numbers steadily rise, well, that told me, okay, that's a winning change, because now for every 100 visits, I'm getting 3 more sales than I was before. So that means that my affiliates are happier because more people are buying my upsells, more people are seeing all the products in my sales funnel, and that is actually a winning formula for me. That's a really good thing that you want to have happen. So that is why you want to stay tuned to your launch, and those are two really important things that you can change rather quickly. The next thing you can do to kind of boost your conversions is to add bonuses. Adding bonuses help. Add scarcity. So adding bonuses to your offer is really important. So that means you could add things like, PLR products that fit your niche. You could add a, bonus Q&A session. a bonus webinar training session. The great thing about the bonus Q&A or webinar sessions is that you do not have to have them recorded. And then once you record them, you just change the wording on the sales page to say it's no longer a webinar because you're not going to hold it live, but you can say, recording to this exclusive training teaching you such and such topic, or recording answering the most important FAQs from the customer. So adding those types of things, that's where private label rights material comes in a great benefit, is you can really make your product sell and sell really well, because you can add, instead of maybe having one or two bonuses, as you learned about when you launch your first product, you learned that having bonuses is key. But instead of maybe having one or two bonuses, I can now have 5, 6, 7, 8 bonuses on my sales page. It's now all of a sudden going to make people go, wow, if I act quick, I'm going to get all these bonuses. And that's really important. Adding scarcity is important, so you could take away bonuses after 3 days or 4 days or after 72 hours, just to kind of enhance that scarcity. You could say, I'm going to, raise the price after 48 hours or whatever the case might be, so you can play it by ear. Adding scarcity, adding bonuses, those types of things are really important to boosting your conversion. So I start with changing my headlines, then I look at possibly a price change. Another thing you can do with the price change, you can try lowering the price, adding 95 cents at the end of it, kind of like I did with my change. Raising the price, yes, that sounds crazy, but there has been times where raising the price has actually benefited me and made me a higher conversion rate, because in people's minds that product was probably worth it because you added more value to the product. So changing the price, that means lowering the price, adding 95 cents to the end. So let's say it's $17 instead of 17. Maybe it's 17.95. Maybe it's 16.95. Maybe it's 14.95. So those kind of price tweaks make a difference. Raising the price, maybe you add it to 97 and you experiment with that for a minute instead of 95. You don't know. I can't tell you that there's a formula that says, oh, this price model is going to work, because it's going to be different for every offer and it's going to look different. You can also do what's called the dime sale model, dime sale pricing. So that means it kind of adds the benefit of scarcity with the changing price. So the price always looks unique and different to people, so it kind of stands out. And with JVZoo, you can do that really simple. You can just change your product to a dime sale model, and that means that you can add additional value to it. So let me actually show you what that looks like inside JVZoo. So if I go over here to JVZoo account, and I'm just going to jump in, let's go to sellers dashboard, and let's just pick one of our products, and let's go to edit here, edit this product, and let's scroll on down here, and inside this product, so this is for the fitness product that I have here, you could change the pricing. So I could say make the pricing a dime sale, make it a dime sale. So right over here on the right hand side, you choose make it a dime sale, and that means, so inside your JVZoo product ID here, inside your account, go to sellers dashboard, that's where you're going to find all your products. Go to edit the product, and then we can change it to a dime sale pricing. So you come down here to where it says product price, and just directly to the right it says make a dime sale. And so that means I could start my price of my product at $19, and I could choose that I'm going to increase the price 2 cents every one sale. So that means for every one sale, my price is going to go up 2 cents. So that means after one sale, it's going to be 1902. The next time somebody lands, it's going to be 1904. It's going to be 1906. You could also change that down to whatever you want. You could say, I'm going to raise it 3 cents for every sale. I'm going to change it 1 cent for every sales. I'm going to change it 12 cents for every 10 sales. Every 10 sales, the price goes up 12 cents. After 10 sales, it'd be 1912. 10 more sales, 1924. So you can play around with the dime sale pricing, but that's a great way. Another way that you can enhance and boost your conversions is to do that with the dime sale pricing. So again, to recap on boosting your conversions, change your headline, change your pricing, and in your headline, you want to focus on the benefits. Focus on the benefits. Really important, not the features. Again, I talk about a 2-hour, 45-minute course, but I first focused on I'm going to reveal to you 5 passive income streams. And so that grabs people's attention. So focus on the benefits first. What are they going to get? Focus on changing your price. Are you going to lower your price? Are you going to add like 95 cents to the end of it so it looks like more of a round sales number? You're going to try adding 97 cents. You're going to look at raising the price. You're going to look at dime sale pricing. Experiment with price changes because that can make a huge impact on your conversions. Adding your bonuses, PLR products, bonus Q&A sessions, bonus webinar training sessions. Those are a way to make your products stand out, start to convert a little bit better. Adding scarcity, take away bonuses, raising the price after a certain time period, those types of things. Adding a countdown timer is going to be also important. Adding a countdown timer going to enhance your conversions. So those are keys, to changing your offer around. Now, again, we made adding bonuses kind of its own category here, and that's because to me it is extremely vital to your success, adding bonuses. And again, so use PLR products. Grab your previous info products, webinar sessions, audio recordings, those types of things fit really well for your bonuses. So again, adding your bonuses just to keep your product selling, keep it fresh in front of people. Those types of enhancements make all the difference in the world for you. Monitoring your upsells is really important to your ongoing success. So knowing how your upsells are converting is really important. So how are your upsells converting? And for this, it's really simple. What you're going to do is you're going to take amount of sales. So let's say amount of front-end sales and divide that by, so you're going to take the amount of front-end sales and you're going to divide that by amount of the upsell sales. So for example, if I sell 500 front-end units, front-end sales, so 500 front-end sales, then we're going to have 500 front-end sales, and let's say we sold 126 upsell sales. So I'm going to say 126 upsells divide by 500 front end, and that's going to tell us that our upsell is converting at, let's see here, 126 divided by 500, 25.2%. 25.2% upsell conversion. Now that's pretty decent. Anything over 20% is really good for your upsell. So anything over 20% is what you want to aim for. Again, that means for every 100 people that buy your front end product, you're going to expect to make an additional 20 sales. For every 10 people that maybe buy your product, you should sell an additional 2, maybe 3 copies of your upsell if you're kind of in the average range. Now, if your upsell is well below that, like it's sitting at 10%, 15%, maybe it's only hovering at 20, 25%, you can consider adding additional bonuses to that upsell. The upsell, especially that first upsell, it's really important that you pile on the value. And so that's where bonuses come into play. Again, that's why I'm a big proponent of PLR products. So adding in private label rights material is going to be key to your success of making your upsells sell more. It's going to be really vital to your ongoing success with that. So monitoring your upsell sales, knowing your numbers there, and again, there's no need for me to show you on these actual pages, but knowing, kind of monitoring those is really important to your success. Now, this is really important, is knowing your numbers. Now, I have a PowerPoint slide for you guys here, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit. These are from some of the launches inside my JVZoo account, so you guys can actually understand what numbers we're really looking at here, so you guys can really gauge and understand some things here. So the first column here is sold. So we're looking at sold. How many units of your product have you sold? So how many units of the front end sale and the upsells, how many have been sold? What is your funnel conversion rate? What's the average conversion rate of all the traffic? And generally, again, on JVZoo, if your conversion rate for everything, and that means the front end and the upsells combined, is between 7 and 8% and higher, you're doing really, really good. You have a really good offer, and that's generally where mine end up, and you have a really good offer. Some of them you may want to tweak and enhance as well. Now you can see some of these other offers up in the 11.51%, 11.81%. These are products and funnels. This one's at 13%, where I may want to go back out and relaunch this product or put it with a different angle because it's converting really well for me. So, those are things for you to keep in mind. So I've got here 163 products sold, conversion rate 7.84%. So that means it's dividing how many units you sold, how many overall units divided by how many unique visitors entered into your, visited your page. So how many visits did you get from affiliate traffic? How many visits did you get from sending your own traffic from, Facebook, or from advertising that you've done, those types of things, retargeting campaigns, YouTube ads, those things make a difference. EPC, earnings per click. So that means the earnings per click. That's what EPC stands for. That's a really good number to know if you're an affiliate as well. So if you are looking at a product to promote, you want to know what is the earnings per click. So what is the affiliate earning on average per click? That means the average person sending one click is going to make, because it's getting split about 50% to affiliates, they're looking at over a dollar. So anything over a dollar, so anything well over that $2 range is really good for the affiliates. This funnel right here was at 673. So that's tremendous value. This one here, 311. So that means the affiliates, for every click, they're earning well over a dollar. That's kind of that perfect price point you want to be at when you're promoting a product as an affiliate. And again, earnings per click is basically taken from how much traffic has this offer received and how many units have been sold. And so what you're aiming for here is a higher earnings per click. You want to see, especially with JVZoo or ClickBank, you want to try to be in that sweet spot of over $2 EPC. Anything over $2 EPC is generally means you're on to something. It means you're doing what you should be doing with your launch. But of course, that's why adding in additional things, that's why maybe lowering the price, sometimes raising the price, adding additional products to your sales funnel. So adding upsells, those are all ways to increase your earnings per click for both you and your affiliates. And that just basically means more money. And when I started out this launch right up here, for example, my conversions were down in the 3% range. Then I changed my headline. Then I changed the price down. And all of a sudden now it's at 7.84. And I'm estimating before it's all said and done, I'll be between 9 and 10%. And that's kind of my goal there that I'm pushing at. My EPCs were at 87 cents. 87 cents. But then I made these enhancements. All of a sudden now my EPCs have tripled because I've lowered the price. So that means I'm selling more of that product. And so I've also, I lowered that price, and that made all the difference in enhancing this. And then I also tweaked one of my first upsells as well, just changing, adding a little different video, and all of a sudden my EPC started to climb. So earnings per click is EPC. You've got the units sold, that's how many units you sold. Conversion rate is how many people have bought the products in your sales funnel, or how many people bought your products, and based on how many people visited your page. EPC, again, earnings per click. So every time one person clicks on a link and goes to your sales page, that's the average earnings that you are seeing. Average price to me is really important. It's important to know this number, and affiliates like to know this. They like to know across the sales funnel. Now, my product here, as you guys saw, is $14.95 or $24.95. So there's a little variation there. But my average sales price in the sales funnel is $30.95. So almost double what the front end price is at $14.95, because I've got upsells in my sales funnel. So that means the average price is $30.95 that people are purchasing. You can see here, like this one, that means we sold 3,401 units in that particular sales funnel. So 3,401 units, and I multiply that by an average selling price in that sales funnel of 39.15. And that was for a product that was at a dime sale of $15. So you can see how many upsells we did. And that means if I multiply that together, we had a product launch that generated $133,000 in sales with that product launch. That product launch did a six-figure launch, $133,000 in sales. Average sales price $39.15 multiplied by 3,401. And then you can see the refund rate. So some products have a little bit higher refund rate than others. This one did in particular. Some people, for whatever reason, they didn't like something about that training. But generally, especially on ClickBank, if you're below 10%, you're doing really good. You can see some of these products are down the 2% range. So obviously, you always want to keep your refund rate as low as possible. And that's going to segue me into one of our next topics coming up here, which is going to be about customer support and how to support your customers during launch, but timely response, those types of things will keep your refund rate lower. Adding bonuses or adding in webinars. So if you're getting people complaining, like I had a product that I just launched where I realized there was a problem with one of the videos and I had one person wanting to refund. Well, I was able to stop that refund because we're now re-recording that video. So that's going to make everybody happier, but that minimized my refund rate. And the reason you want a refund rate that's lower is because obviously you're saving yourself money, because if they refund, it's going to cost you sales. But also, it's going to make your affiliates happier. Affiliates are more apt to promote a product with a lower refund rate because then they know their numbers. Affiliates are smart enough to know refunds are a part of the business. You're going to get a refund. It just does not matter. I wish there was a way around that, but the refunds are inevitable. It does not matter what you've got. Now, I've been fortunate. I've got a few products here that actually had no refund. So, but some do. Almost every product you sell is going to have a refund of some sort. So just keep that in mind. So you've got here the refund rate. Commission not applicable with JVZoo. You just ignore that column. So sold, conversion rate, EPC, earnings per click, average price. So knowing these numbers is really important. When you're launching on ClickBank, the most important things is really to know, how many units you sold, how many website visits did you get, what are your affiliates converting at? Because once you know these numbers, then you can start to craft together a basic affiliate tools thing that lets affiliates know, this is what the numbers are for this product, this is what we're converting at, and then you can start to craft a sales message to recruit more affiliates for your product launch. So now we've just talked about knowing your numbers and the importance of that. So let's go back to our Word document here. So knowing your numbers, really, really important to do that. Now we've got recruiting your affiliates, recruiting more affiliates or recruiting new affiliates to your products. I'm going to go into detail on that, and then we'll wrap up with customer support, writing new email swipes like angles, updating a JV blog, contacting those promoting for you, following up with your customers, and then how to make your product evergreen. So probably one of the more important methods that we've got here is once your product is live, is it's time to recruit more affiliates. So you really want to go out there and recruit additional affiliates to to promote your product. And so there's a couple ways you can do that. You could set up a JV page, which was discussed on one of the previous trainings on this topic, like your first info product. We talked about creating a JV page. And in this case, I want to show you how to find affiliates and then a basic message that you can craft to those affiliates. So I'm going to open up a brand new Word document here. So we're going to open a brand new Word document, and we'll call this a blank document here. And we're going to discuss the product that we have for affiliates to promote. Okay, so now one of the ways to, once you launch your product is to recruit more affiliates. Again, you've got, you could send them to your JV page. So once you've launched your product, you can follow up with them, send them to your JV blog, send them to your JV page, continue to recruit more affiliates for your product. So you can definitely do that. You could also go about it by just creating a very basic Word document and sending it to affiliates that way. So I've got here in a Word document, note to affiliates. Thank you for your interest in promoting my passive profit streams PLR package. You can grab your affiliate link on JVZoo here. I put a link to where they can grab their affiliate link, whether it's JVZoo or ClickBank. That's where you would put in their affiliate link, would go right here. I put in my email swipes here. So these are email swipes with different angles. So all they have to do is copy and paste those. So I'm basically just giving them the affiliate tools that they need in one easy to use Word document. If you need more details in each of the videos, you can grab those from this link. And so that way I've got a little more details on the product. I talk about the product here, and then I give contact info. So it's really basic what I've designed here. It's a real basic document. Now, you can put it into a text file, you can do it in a Word document, you can make it a PDF. You could also just put all this info into a JV page as well. So I've got a link here in particular that's it's a text file link. So I've got a link here, recruiting my affiliates, and I will just keep this link here. That way you guys can actually, use this, and that way you guys can actually click on this and actually see how I go about this process. You can pretty much copy and paste what I've got. So we've got this link here. Now we need to write a short little email, short message to affiliates that's going to encourage affiliates to start promoting our product. So this is where I'm going to go type out a quick message here. So, let me just type that out. So hello. Let's see. I have seen. I just wanted to let you know, because this is going to be a message that we're going to copy and paste to affiliates, and I'm going to show you how to find new affiliates for products once you launch, and then I'm going to show you some different channels you can use to reach out to them. And the affiliate recruitment process, to be quite honest, it's a numbers game, and it really does not matter how established you are in the business. You are still going to need to do the personal follow-ups either yourself or one of your assistants. So it really does not matter, again, how established you are. So that's really important to keep that in mind. So recruiting more affiliates, we start with just an email. So I just want to let you know that I have a product that your audience would be interested in, called Passive Profit Streams, and I am selling PLR to the offer. Right now, we are seeing great numbers in our sales funnel. And this is where it's really important that you know your numbers. That's where I'm just going to pull up my numbers. We have sold. You don't have to tell them how many units you've sold unless you want to. So let's just go. We are converting at 7.84% in the funnel, with EPCs of 241, 243. $2.43. And on top of that, what else have we got here? An average sale price and an average sales price of 30.95. You can earn 50% commissions, instant commissions, throughout our sales funnel. Full details, you can grab your affiliate link. And full details here. And then we'll put in the link to our text file. You could send them again to text file, to a JV page, to any number of things that you want. Text file, JV page, PDF, Word document. Just send them to a page where they can get information on your product launch. You can grab your affiliate link and full details here. Please let me know if you would like a complimentary review copy of this offer. Thank you. And then you could just put in your name. Let's see. I know you promote. I've seen you promote similar products, and I just want to let you know. There we go. So I'm just kind of enhancing that a little bit. Perfect. All right. So this is the letter now. You can copy that from your Word document. I like to put it right into a notepad. So I'll paste it right here into a notepad file. And now we're going to take this and go out and copy and paste this message to Facebook. So you can find people, on Facebook to potentially promote your product. So I'm going to go here to Facebook, and there's different groups out here. So you could say JVZoo if you're launching on a JVZoo product. You can go out here to let's see, JVZoo. Now you don't want to go to the official JVZoo, but JVZoo affiliates. And you come in here, you're going to see there's 4,448 members. And you could start to reach out to these different members and simply just click on that and start to contact them. So, it's pulling up for me different affiliates that I've worked with and such. So go over here, click on message, and then you could just simply copy and paste this message right in here. And then boom, next thing you know, you've got an affiliate that's ready to promote your product. So it's a really good way to go. It's a really good way to go out and start to, recruit affiliates. Again, there's 4,000 affiliates right here. You're not going to possibly be able to reach out to every single one of them, or you could. It's obviously comes down to being a numbers game. So how many affiliates can you recruit? And so you can find them, JVZoo. You could say ClickBank affiliates. You could find them that way. But it all boils down to having, and again, you guys are probably going like, what? This is that easy? It really is. It comes down to having a Word document, a PDF file, a text file, a JV page, which talks about your offer on it. You don't even have to get that hypey. You could include a link to your download page if you wanted to. And then it just involves going out, just copying and pasting this email to hundreds of affiliates to get people to start to promote for you and start to gain some serious traction for your products that are out there. So that's really what it boils down to. And it's a numbers game. It's how many people can you get to, reach out and start to potentially promote your product for you. And you can go out to click. Not only can you find this on JVZoo, you can look up, JVZoo. You could look up JV launch groups. So these are places you can go. Like here's one called the Elite JV Group. You can come on in here. The next thing that you can do is, is go out there, is go out here to these different groups, and you could actually post about your product launches that are coming up. So you can actually post about those in here. So you could actually post the exact same post that you've got here with a link to your JV page or your text file. And you, again, can go out to Facebook, look up JV launch or even JV calendar. And you can find these various launch groups that are out there. Another place that I like to go, once you've launched your product, it's a great site. It's called muncheye.com, muncheye.com. And over here on Muncheye, you'll get details on your products that are coming up. So you'll see all the information on them so you can actually promote these products. So over here, you can go to muncheye.com, and you could actually submit your product launch up here. So submit and then follow those steps. It's a great way to get exposure for your offer. Now, if you're over there, this works great for the internet marketing niche, people in the marketing products, the software space, those types of things work really well. But let's say that we are into some other markets here. So let's let's say that we're into, the back weight loss niche market, those types of offers. So let's go out here to ClickBank and let me show you how to find additional affiliates. You go out here to the affiliate marketplace and you're going to look for products in your category. So I'm going to go to health and fitness. And again, I've got let's say I have a fitness product. Well, here's one, Lean Belly Breakthrough. Let's click on that and let's contact these people. So let's find their contact information right there. Contact us. It's got a direct email, right? So there's a direct email for these people that you could actually follow up with. So now this person, I clicked on contact to go straight to an email, and then you could follow up with them as well. You can go here to affiliates, look at their affiliate page. You can contact, find a contact information form on their affiliate page, and then also reach out to them in that way as well. Again, these affiliate pages are really simple to set up. This is one of the more popular products here on ClickBank, and it's sitting here and it's talking about what they're going to get. You got banners, you got e-covers, you got affiliate links, you've got everything they would need right here in one simple to find page. So it's all about making it simple for your affiliates. Here's another one, affiliates at Her Yoga Secrets, the Big Diabetes. So again, you're just going out, you're contacting these people, and you're saying, hey, I've got a product in your niche market. Would you be interested in promoting it? You never know who's going to say yes. It's a numbers game. It also boils down to how you can provide them value as well. So think about ways to get really creative. Hey, I saw your product on ClickBank. I think it's a great fit for my audience. I would like to include your offer on my download page. Here with your, I'd like you to check out my offer, see if it's a good fit. I'd like to collaborate and grow with you together in this space. So just really approach it with the joint venture angle, but your affiliate recruitment is going to be key to the success or failure of your ongoing launch. And what's great about having an evergreen offer, those niche products that you can just keep promoting, even the internet marketing offers that you can keep promoting, is that you just constantly are reaching out to new affiliates. Like if you got a product in the internet marketing space, you're going to go here to e-business and you're going to look up, like this is one of my products here, and you're going to go out to these different people that are in these markets. So I'm going to go out here and say, okay, so let's say SaleWho, CB Passive Income, take surveys for cash. Well, let me reach out to this person, and say, hey, we need to work together. I've got a real popular product in this space, in this biz op market. I think we can work really well together. Let's make something happen. So, that's how you can use the ClickBank marketplace is find people in your category, find also those people in categories that complement your market. So if you're in the health and fitness space, there's people that are in health and fitness that generally they also want to know about beauty, and you could say, well, this would be a great this would be a great opportunity for you. So, this person that's giving away makeup brushes, more than likely they have an audience of women. Women want to know how to lose weight, so I could approach them with my weight loss product. So it's all about finding those creative joint ventures. Going out to other websites like eZine articles. And again, it all starts with what I just showed you guys, which was a text file, a Word document, a PDF that contains information. So going out and finding people. So let's say I'm in the health and fitness, and let's say in particular weight loss. Let's find people in the weight loss market. And The Secrets to Weight Loss Success by Josie Smith. All right, let's read about her a little bit and then go down here to her bio. She's got a weight loss handbook here. Quick start weight loss. And again, I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to find anything here on her website. See if her website pulls up. Not yet. So let's go to another one. Willpower, the real decision you make for your health. Roadmap to vibranthealth.com. So this person might be an option. Anti-aging program with you for free. Click here to discover. Obviously, he's building an email list, so if I can find a way to contact him, one of the best ways to do that, though, would be to actually join his email list. So I could go there and actually join his email list. Then I'm going to have a follow-up email, reply to email that I can send that I can send to him. And actually, here's his email. I actually see that he's the author of this. That's his email, snewton at gmail. Copy and paste that into my browser. Go in, copy and paste that message directly into an email to him with information on my product launch, which is about weight loss, fitness. Boom. He's obviously building a list in the weight loss space. So I've got a weight loss product. Let's see if we can collaborate together. Let's make a joint venture happen. That's how you do joint ventures. It's a numbers game. It's about reaching out to people. You can find the great thing about JVZoo or ClickBank is you can actually partner with people called JV brokers that would do this work for you. So going out to eZine articles, going out to YouTube, going out to these different channels where people are hanging out that have your audience and connecting with those people, that is what you're going after. That's what you're doing with these joint ventures. So that's part of the post-launch process is to recruiting more affiliates, and you do it in that way. So just copying and pasting that information. Next thing, we've got customer support. Customer support is really, really important to your success. So with customer support, a couple of the main things that I focus on myself is email. Is how to reach out to how to connect with my audience. And so there's a couple things. You've got a support desk that you can use. Now you could use OS Ticket, which is free. You can also use Freshdesk. I believe it's Freshdesk. And then we've also got Zendesk. That one's really popular as well. So those two are paid. OS Ticket is free. Or you can just use a dedicated email address. So you want to have a dedicated email address for your support inquiries, and that way it's something that you can follow up with. And it's really important that during your launch you stay up on it. Now, even with my launches, you can actually manage some support by yourself. You can also easily outsource this task when you're starting out. Especially for your first few launches, I would recommend you just do it yourself to get it done and understand the process. You kind of know the process. But a couple things that people are looking for: download pages, not knowing where their download pages. Those are the biggest things. Support issues. So the biggest support issues that I'm going to make a note of here: need download page link, need a refund, need clarification on the offer. Very rare. It's very rare if they actually ask about how to use the product. I know that sounds shocking, but it just is the nature of the game. Generally, it's going to be need a download page link. So if you have those kind of emails ready to copy and paste, it'll make support really easy. And a couple things you can do is log in the morning, and the evening. So twice a day, check it, clean it out before you start the day, close it out after you begin the day, and then you're good to go. You've answered your questions. So that's how you go through that with support. That is, there's really not much else to cover there, but just make sure that you're following up, because you're going to learn things from your customers too. Your customers are going to tell you things that maybe you need to improve upon on your product, especially if you're seeing refunds come through. So there are going to be areas that you're going to want to enhance. And so that's where customer support comes into play. So those are the key providers: OS Ticket, Freshdesk, Zendesk, and or a dedicated email like support at your domain. You can set that up easily. Writing new email swipes, that's something you want to do, plus new promo materials. Really important that you do that. And I like to use a couple tools. So, Uzine.com, it's great for graphics. Great for graphics for your promotions. There's also, you've got your email swipes. So that's, again, writing new angles, coming up with new ways that people can promote. And I'll show you an example from one of my previous product launches out there. I'll show you all the different angles and email swipes so you see what I'm talking about. Now you want to create as many different varieties of email swipes that you can. And the reason is because you want to give people variety. So I've got like an urgency angle during the launch that I used. I've got an angle that I used because we launched this during March. So it was March Madness basketball. We launched it around St. Patrick's Day, so we use that angle as well. But we've got here email swipe number one, the amazing business model angle. You want to start with 2 or 3 email swipes, but then you want to add it and enhance it as you go forward with your launch. You've got the perfect business model angle as well. This one's the fire sale angle, arbitrage, the arbitrage angle, proven business model, the arbitrage business angle, the biggest growth area for traffic. So again, we've got just different varieties of angles. So you don't have to have these all done at once, but maybe every day you write 1 or 2, maybe 3 new email swipes. And a good way to do this is as you're writing an email swipe to your audience to pre-sell them on your new product, because you always want to promote your product to your own list. That's really important, and that should be, item number one is send your own traffic. That's why having an email list is so vital. But what you want to do is write those emails to your list, and then you could use those emails as email swipes to give your affiliates additional tools to keep promoting your products as affiliates. You can use the secret business angle, how it all got started. So again, you've got the short email, then you've got a long email, then you've got a case study angle. So these are all different varieties of angles you can go with in order to make this product work for you. So it's really powerful for you, and it's a tremendous way for you to just kind of enhance what you've got. So using email swipes, coming up with different angles as you write emails to your list, copy and paste those onto your affiliate tools page inside your JV blog. Doing your updates is really going to be important for you. Updating your JV blog. So again, right here, I've got a JV blog. So you just can do a very basic install of WordPress. And what you've got here is just updates. So as the launch is happening, you're updating affiliates as far as who's in the lead, where they stand, what their placement is in the contest, and then you encourage those people to keep promoting. And if you're not doing updates, you're missing out. Even if you're not doing a launch per se, like an 8-day launch, but you have like an evergreen product that's going to always be selling, then let's say you add a bonus to the sales funnel. Let's say you add in new email swipes. Let your affiliates know on that page, and then do an email blast to your affiliates, because you should be building a list of your affiliates from your JV page, from your JV landing page. So let them know what you're working on. Let them know about your latest product launches, and let them know how they can do that. So that's really going to be key to your success. So now, so that's how you update your JV blog, is just use a very basic WordPress install. Send them updates. It could be daily updates, it could be monthly updates, weekly updates, but use that as a way to just keep people posted on what kind of things you have going on with your product launch, so that they can stay informed and stay apprised as to what's going on with the offer and the new changes and enhancements. So updating that, it's just another way to constantly get in front. This name game is a numbers game. It really is. So you need to be constantly getting yourself out there, getting yourself in front of people. Don't be afraid to make those updates. Don't be afraid to email your affiliates. Let them know of the changes. All right. The next thing that we've got here is to contact those currently promoting. So this is extremely vital to your success. You do not want to forget contacting those people that have already been promoting. So those could be, Facebook message or Skype message, text messaged, email follow-ups. Those types of things work extremely well for you. So contacting those promoting is going to be vital to your success. Using one of those channels, see what else you can get for them. So see what you can get for them, any custom bonuses, offer to add them to your download page. And again, you don't want to do this for everybody, but maybe your top affiliates. See if they have a banner of theirs that they could throw on a download page for you. That's going to just kind of make them want to continue to promote for you, give them some of that goodwill. And it's really important. Maybe send them a little Starbucks gift card. But those types of things of follow-up go a long way in keeping your affiliates happy, to keep them continuing to send traffic. Following up with your customers is one of the other things I do. So that means, offer related opportunities, special webinar trainings, then enhance their purchase, coaching opportunities. Again, you don't want to miss out on the chance to offer people an ability to continue to learn from you. So you got coaching opportunities that you could do, um, related offers, maybe software or services they need to make the program work. It doesn't matter what you're selling. Like let's say you're selling a weight loss product, for example, and there's a certain kind of weight loss bands that people need in order to do the fitness exercises correctly. Well, following up with your customers with an affiliate link for the exact weight loss bands is going to be important to your success. Doing a basic follow up of seeing how you can help them with their purchase is going to also be big, because that's going to make people start to know, like, and trust you more. They're going to be happy with their investment with you. They're going to want to continue to do business with you. And so it's going to be really important that you do choose to follow up with your customers. Making your product evergreen is kind of the final step that we've got here in this process. And so some ways that you can make your product evergreen, and let's separate this out here. But making your product evergreen is really important. So that means once you've gone through the product launch process, there's certain things that are never going to end. So you're going to be, constantly tweaking the sales copy and testing. You're going to be recruiting new affiliates, adding new affiliate promotional tools. Those could be, banners, the e-covers, those types of things. Blog posts, articles, things that help pre-sell your training. Constantly tweaking the sales copy, recruiting new affiliates, adding new affiliate promotional materials. Just, really just doing the work, the legwork you need to make it so people can continue to purchase your product, and, tweak the sales copy, do the testing. And further, one of the things that you want to do is maybe look into retargeting your traffic. And so one of the tools that I use for that is called AdRoll, and then there's also Perfect Audience. Now, AdRoll for me, especially in the internet marketing niche, they were a lot easier to get approved on. And what retargeting does is that means for everybody that visits your page, it saves a little pixel on their computer. And that means you've all seen it, like if you've gone to Amazon and let's say 2 days later you're back on your computer and you're looking at the news website, well, all of a sudden an ad for Amazon pops up with the exact item that you were just looking at. That's called retargeting, and that's exactly what you can do. Is you can follow people around on Facebook, you can follow them around on popular websites, so they're going to continue and constantly see your promotion continue to show up out there, continue to promote your product. And so it's really a good way to continue the follow up. Your cost per click is rather low, and what's great about it is they are already interested in your product because they were just on your sales page. So it's really, to me, it's a really powerful way to, continue to follow up with people and reach out to people. And so I'm a big fan of retargeting. And so look into AdRoll or Perfect Audience. You can also do, Google AdWords if it fits, Bing ads. You can do Google Display Network, which is a really popular one. That's those banner advertisements and things of that nature. You can do YouTube ads. YouTube ads. So paid advertising is big. Recruiting those new affiliates. Sending out, just always being, kind of in front of people. Setting up a Facebook group for your students. That's going to be key. Getting your name, let's say content marketing. So that's going to be, blogging, videos for YouTube, those types of things to get your brand out there, continue to get your name out there, piggyback off trends, trends through press releases. So if you're in the weight loss space, there might be certain trends in the weight loss sector. I could piggyback off that with a press release and talk about how my program helps so many people, suffering from whatever issues they're suffering from. So, this is how you kind of make your product evergreen. It's about constantly, adding those new affiliate tools. But the main things you're going to be focused on once your product is live is recruiting those new affiliates. And so that means going out there and recruiting those new affiliates, retargeting your traffic, and then paid traffic are going to be the keys. So just getting traffic going, because once you've tweaked your sales copy enough, you know it's converting. And then maybe you want to look into adding something else to your sales funnel too. So add to your sales funnel. Add to your sales funnel. That's going to be really important as well for you. Adding an upsell, maybe a third upsell, adding a membership so you can get additional residual income going. These are all going to be things that as your product's evergreen, you're constantly innovating. Maybe you need to tweak some of the training. Maybe you need to enhance that. So constantly be innovating, but then it's a beautiful thing when you have a product that's evergreen because you're going to have those sales rolling in, and that's that sales where you're asleep, right? And you see that money come in. That's fun. That's what they used to call back in the day the mailbox money. That's when you wake up and you've got not checks in your mailbox, but you've got payments in your ClickBank or in your PayPal or in your, from JVZoo or from your info product launch. And so that's really important for you, is just continue to do that. So again, this is your first product launch. So now that you've launched your product, we'll just recap it. You want to track your conversions. You want to know your numbers. You want to boost your conversions. Boost your conversions as much as you can by changing headlines, changing the price, and adding bonuses like we talked about. Monitoring your upsells. Monitoring your upsells is going to be key to your success. Make sure those convert. Add more upsells if needed. Know your numbers. If you know your EPC and average sale, you're going to be able to relay that better to affiliates. You're going to know better how your product's converting. You're going to know better how to improve your product. And you might want to add to your upsells. You're going to know how to recruit more affiliates. That's really important. How to do your customer support. How to manage your customers and take care of them. Writing new email swipes is going to be key after you've launched your product and made it live. Think of new email angles. Updating a JV blog, whether it's an evergreen product, whether you're running a contest. Obviously, if you're doing a contest, you'll keep people posted on what you're doing, but just constantly getting in front of them. Contacting those promoting. Follow up with your customers. Make your product evergreen into the market. And then that is the main keys here, to getting your product launch, is just follow these steps that we just laid out for you, and you're going to find that you're going to have a successful launch and a successful offer that you can continue to promote well after you launch. The key things that you focus in on is your conversions after you launch. Once you know those numbers, then you focus on the traffic, and that can be paid traffic, content marketing, traffic from your own blogging efforts, traffic from guest blogging, traffic from upsell, getting people to opt into your email list, upselling them to your training course. Traffic, 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 because that's going to be the ongoing way that you're going to continue to make sales. And that means recruiting more affiliates, getting in front of people. That's how you're going to have a successful launch and a successful product that's evergreen, that pays you day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. So I hope you guys enjoyed your first info product launch, your first product launch, and have a great day. Hey guys, Paul Counts here, and I am excited to be here today talking about my 14 steps to launch an info product online. And many of you guys know that is the main business model that I've been using over the years that I've been selling online. I really got going with info products in 2007, so that was about 10 years ago, and I've been earning money online since I was 15 years old, so that puts us back to early 2000 when I started online. And then info products, I really kicked off by selling information products around 2007. And so over the time, I've really perfected a system. I've learned a lot over the years of selling info products, and I wanted to lay out my 14 info product steps. So like the last live stream I did, I've got quite a few notes that I've put together. And so if you guys are ready to go, we are going to have a lot of fun. I've got some people joining me from all over for my email list. We've got quite a few members jumping on. And again, the best part is about the live stream is this will be available for a replay. So if you want to check that out, it will be here on my Facebook page. So let's jump in here and talk about Just a couple of things. And Nancy, I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. Nancy is fantastic. We've got Nancy, Vicky. We've got quite a few others that are joining us. Nancy is somebody that's been a long time student of mine, so I absolutely am so delighted to have you here, Nancy. So I appreciate that. And let's talk about the first step for your info product is your target market. So first step is you always need to know your target market, who your niche is, who your audience is. And so that is step number one. Number one is find your target market. And so for that, what I like to do is really understand. So it's, one thing to know that if I'm launching a weight loss product, for example, or if I'm launching a product for internet marketers, those are broad niches. Now, you really want to know who is my audience. So, for example, if you're in the internet marketing space and your product is about getting traffic to your blog, you're going to be targeting people that use WordPress. You're going to be focused on those types of people. You're going to be looking at, more niche focused, kind of really just focus in your niche and your attention. And if I'm out there, in the weight loss space, and your program in particular is for people that want to lose weight while they're on the go, right? Like busy travelers, you want to target those people that don't want to be in the gym, then you're going to be targeting a little different segment. You're not going to be going after the whole broad weight loss market. You're not going to be going after bodybuilders. You're going after those people that want to do at-home fitness. So those would be like the stay-at-home moms and dads. Those would be the people that are traveling. So you need to know who your target market is, because it's from that knowledge that you can create the best information product out there. So I've created a couple of products recently with the Your First in the name of them. So I've got Your First Sales Funnel and then Your First Info product, which I'll tell you about at the end here. And in those products, because they're targeted as Your First, they're very much focused around people that are brand new. So once I kind of understand who my audience is, that's who when I create my products, that's what I, create them for. So just know who your audience is. Like I've got another product that's coming out in the niche of keeping kids safe, and it's all about child safety on the internet. And so for that, my main focus when doing the marketing is, who is this for? This product is for parents, and that's who's going to be my target market. Not necessarily kids, not necessarily a broad market, but in particular kids of teenagers for this product, because it targets those people that have teenage kids that might be on the internet and social media where it's very dangerous for kids. And so I know that I'm going to be focused on those people. So that's what I zero in my attention on, is that market. So it's going to be parents of teenagers. That's my target audience. And then that really helps me build a framework of a good info product. It also helps me identify potential affiliates. So knowing your target market is very key. That's step number one that I go through. Step number one, your target market. Number two is your product outline. That is step number two that you must know. So your product outline is, so your product outline, that's where I start with every single one of my info products. So a product outline is really where you start a framework, and I can do this on a notepad. I can do this on the TXT, the notepad editor we have on our computer. But I like to list out what are the components of my info product going to be. And I start every single info product out there. In fact, one of my info products started like this. In fact, I also have my best-selling info product, which has done over 7 figures. It's called my No-Cost Income Stream Blueprints, a no-cost income stream. That's a product line I've launched with The Real Guys that most of you know about. And that product was started literally on a notepad like this. So I didn't even use the computer for that. And how I do this is I start out by identifying, okay, what is the main subject points that I want to hit on for this product? And so, if it's a product about, let's say, for example, about hitting a baseball, let's identify the 5 main focuses that we want to talk about, in order to hit a baseball better. What are the 5 keys? You've got the stance, you've got the drills people can do, you've got hand-eye coordination, you've got the mental aspect of baseball. So identify to myself, what are the 5 keys that I'm looking for in particular when I go about this. So that's what I do there, is identify what are the 5 main points, and then, or it could be, in the case of that large info product, it was 86 different topics that I was going to cover. I actually had an 86 module course. So this method works whether you have 5 main topics or 86 main topics that you're going to focus on. this course covered was 86 step-by-step lessons because it was that detailed and that, that good. It was really well put together. And so to do that, so start with your point. So just for simplicity's sake, let's say you have 5 main points for your info product. So I start by writing down, okay, I'm going to talk about hitting a baseball. So I type, write out hitting a baseball, or I'm going to talk about the mental aspect of the game. And when I get into the mental aspect of the game, I come up with 5 or 6 points below that. And I know that there's 5 or 6 points, key points that I want to cover about the mental aspects of hitting. So I'd make that list down. If you're doing a self-help product, it'd be very similar, so you might say, what are the keys to a better mindset? And so you might go out there and build a framework and say, the number one key is to be open-minded. Okay, so that's a main point that I'm going to talk about to an improved mindset. And then once I identify that people are open-minded, then once we identify open-minded as a key point, then I'm going to make 5 or 6 examples that I want to address that point out why having an open mind is so important to your success with, a better mindset. And so again, by the time you're done there, you're going to have your 5 modules or your 5 chapters already spelled out, already ready to go. And then below that, you're going to have the 5 or so points that you are going to cover as you create your product. I always start every single info product out with an outline. And if you do not, you're going to find that you're looking at a blank screen. You're not going to know what material that you want to present to people. You're not going to know what kind of content you want to deliver to your audience. And so that's what I really focus my attention on, is starting with the product outline. I start everything with a good info product outline, and it works very, very well every single time. So the next thing, 3 here, is we've got the OTO, or the sales funnel. So I always start out, once I do my outline, I always identify what is going to be a part of my upsells and my sales funnel, as it's called. And when I have upsells, those are super important to me. So the upsells, the reason you want to have upsells is because that's where you're going to make most of your income. And on my product launches, this has been true time and time again, is I always focus on having a sales funnel. So that means as people purchase my product on the front end, that means they're going to be hit with an upsell. And no matter where you go in life, you just need to realize upsells are a part of business. And so the big mistake I used to make when I was starting out is I told myself, I'm not going to be that person that does upsells. I don't think they're appropriate. I'm not going to use those. But if you really think of it, upsells are there to give value to your customers because they're already in the mode of buying. And I've had people ask me for upsells. Do you have more to buy? Well, I always have an offer for them. Like my current launch right now, I have 4 upsells for them that are all related to what they just purchased, and they can all benefit them. The number one thing that I never do, though, is make my upsells be required to use the front-end product. So if I have a front-end product for $27, that front-end product should stand alone. It should 100% stand on its own. And so that's really where it's super important, is that front-end product should stand on its own. The upsell should complement it. And you're also going to have very happy affiliates. And a few days ago, I posted a screenshot for one of my top affiliates. And, he was super excited because he's getting 5 different, because my funnel had so many different upsells in it, from one customer referral, he was getting 5 different sets of commissions because this customer loved all the products. And that made him want to continue to promote. And so I find having a good sales funnel makes my affiliates want to keep promoting, makes my customers happy because they can get more of what they want. And upsells are just a part of business. When you go to get gasoline at the gas station, you are hit with an upsell. Would you like a car wash? You're hit with advertisements for special deals on candy bars. You're hit with an advertisement for, credit card offers right there at the gas pump. When you go to McDonald's, you're upsold. So upsells are just a part of life. They're part of business. And the reason they're there is because you are going to get a benefit from them. The store gets a benefit from them. So use your upsells and do not launch a product without knowing what your upsell is going to be. So as I outline my front end product, I also, in the next step, make sure I understand what kind of a upsell am I going to offer. And you don't have to have 4 upsells like I do. You can have just 1. Your upsell could be as simple as a Facebook mastermind group, a Facebook coaching group. It could be any number of things that you have in your upsell, that could become your upsell. You could have a coaching club where you just do Q&A calls twice a month for your members, but just have something there for them to continue the conversation. So I've got a fitness product coming out here soon, and in this fitness product, our upsell is a membership, and it's going to be for those people that are really serious about taking that next step of accountability and getting themselves in shape and getting themselves to that next level. That's the selling point behind it. So we're going to join them on a call, and it'll be, twice a month or once a month. And they're going to pay $27 a month, plus have access to a special Facebook group where we'll be in there interacting with them and helping keep motivating them and keep driving them forward. Is that upsell required to make the front end work? Absolutely not. But is it a huge benefit to them? You better believe it is. And so you don't have to think like, oh goodness, now I've got to create this huge upsell. You absolutely don't. Your upsell could actually be, something as simple as like a Facebook group, or it could be additional products that are related. That's where private label rights content comes into play. That's why I'm a big proponent of purchasing quality PLR material and products, because I personally use PLR products in my sales funnels as part of the upsell. So I find that they work really well. So that is number 3, step number 3. So first step is get your target market, understand who you're going after. Second step is your product outline. The third step is identify what your funnel is going to be in your upsells. I always launch with the sales funnel. It's super, super important to your success. Step number 4 of the 14 steps here. Step number 4 is to create your info product. So start creating your info product. What I'm doing right now with Facebook Live is an example of creating an info product. As simple as this may seem, you come up with your 5 talking points, your 10 talking points, which you should have already done in step number 2. Then you pull out the Facebook live stream and you go live to people in your audience and you talk through those points, and that could become your info product. That can become your product. You could take your video link and go out to rev.com. That's rev.com, rev.com. You go out to rev.com. They will transcribe what you said. So let's say you talk for 1 hour. That 1 hour, you actually may end up saying 7,000 or so words. I talked for 40 some minutes on my last live stream. It was 7,000 words that I spoke. That's more than enough to have an ebook that you can formulate into a ready-to-go ebook package. So creating a product is not as difficult as it seems. It's very simple to do, actually. So you can film yourself, you can write it yourself if you want. If you're a writer that enjoy writing, you can do that. I'll give you another source that you can write down. That is iWriter.com. That's iWriter.com. iWriter.com is a great place to go if you have an idea like a product outline and you want to just get it into somebody's hands so they can create a product for you. So that's iWriter.com. It's a great source that you can leverage. So I absolutely love myself, outsourcing content. If it fits. For me, the majority of my products are created by myself, but I find that video products work great. You'll see a lot of my content is created with PowerPoint slides, and so I actually use my product outline to identify what my PowerPoint deck is going to be about, and then I just have my bullet points below there, and I use Camtasia, which is a screen capture program. Or you can use Jing, J-I-N-G, which is a low-cost version of Camtasia. And then another one you can use that's out there is called Snagit as well, Snagit. And then another tool to write down for screen capture that I really like using and that I train on as well. It's called Screencast-O-Matic, Screencast-O-Matic. And it's got kind of a weird domain name, so you want to just write it down. You'll find it on Google, but Screencast-O-Matic, Screencast-O-Matic. It's a free screen capture tool. That means it'll take a video of what's on your slides. And then as far as the microphone that I use, I will show you guys. It's nothing fancy. I use a Logitech H390. So it's a Logitech microphone, simple as all get out. And I use this to make all my content. So I don't need a fancy microphone. You can get one if you have it, but this is like 20 some dollars. It's like $19 on Amazon. It's a Logitech H390, and it actually will record crystal clear audio and sound for you. So it does a really good job of giving you quality sound. And you can get that at Best Buy. You can get those at Walmart even. You can get them on Amazon.com. And it's a fantastic way to record. A lot of your, obviously if you're using your phone, you've got your built-in microphone there.
and you just have a quiet room and you go to town. So start creating your product. Once you identify your product outline, it's super easy to create your product. You no longer run into the issue that a lot of us have of, writer's block or content creator's block, whatever you guys want to call it, where you're staring at the blank PowerPoint template or the blank screen and not knowing where to begin. The product outline is your guide. And so I can create an info product in just 2 or 3 days this way, or even in one day. If I had the time in one day, I could create an info product over and over again. So the next thing that we've got here, so step number 5 is going to be your bonuses. Step number 5 is going to be your bonuses, and you're so welcome. I am very happy to be sharing with you all. Step number 5 is going to be your bonuses. Step number 5 is your bonuses. And this is really important. A lot of people don't include this as a step in their info product creation process, but it is an absolute must for yourself to identify what bonuses you are going to provide to your audience. And the reason I do that, the reason that I offer this to my audience, to my customers, is because my bonuses increase my sales tremendously. Sometimes I've been told from people that my bonuses is the reason they bought more than just my front-end product. And you always want to have those bonuses. If you really think of it, watch the late night TV infomercials, the ones where they're selling you on the different, the different products that are out there. So let's say it's sunglasses or whatever, and if you buy right now, we'll double the offer. We'll give you more sunglasses. We will, throw in some glasses cleaner, those types of things, right? That's what we're talking about. And if you buy in the next 10 minutes, we'll throw in a handy, kit that actually will help you tighten your glasses when they get, when the screws come out, whatever the case is, right? So it's all about piling on the value to your customers, and that's what I do with my audience. And some simple ideas for bonuses that I found that work really well is offering them a live Google Hangout session, a customer-only live Google Hangout, or you could have a private customer-only like Facebook group or page and do a live stream just to those people. But you can do a live Google Hangout session, super easy to set up, and it's just for customers only. You give them the private link to register and let them know when that's going to take place. And you go and do that session, and it's just basic Q&A. So they ask questions about your product. If you don't have a lot of customers right out of the gate, come up with 5 to 10 questions, and you can just go through those 10 questions live. And then you've now got the recording, which is going to permanently be your bonus. So you don't have to create the bonuses before you get started. It's a simple way to create your info products. So that is another important thing, is know your bonuses. I also use private label rights material here. So for those that are brand new to this, private label rights material is another name for it is PLR, and that's what I create and sell a lot of. And so that is products that you don't have to create, but you have a license to actually put your name on it, rebrand the content, use it as your own product, sell it, and get it out there to the masses and to the market. And so as far as what, PLR material, just go out to Google. You can find PLR on weight loss, on fitness, on health, anything. Dog training. If you're in the dog training market, just type in dog training PLR, dog training private label rights. If you are in the, let's say that the health space, the back pain market, right? Improving your back pain. Type in, back pain PLR or pain management PLR, and you're going to find some good resources out there on the internet. If you're in internet marketing space, you can find that as well. So this is ready to go content that all you have to do is just rebrand and maybe put a new name on it or a new e-cover, or you could actually just, upload it as is, but use that as a bonus, as ready to go content. Some other ideas for bonuses you can think of is look at maybe articles that you've written on your topic. So whatever market you're going after, you could identify maybe there's 4 or 5 really good blog posts that you've put together. Repurpose that content, copy and paste that into a Word document, and then take that Word document and make that Word document a PDF file, right? And then that's going to become your bonus. You can save it as a bonus or as a PDF, and now you've got another bonus that you can offer. And you could call it my top 5 tips, my top 5 resources. let's say that you've got an interview with somebody in your market that's really good and good at what they do, and maybe, for example, this is a good opportunity to reach out and maybe get some new affiliates. So you go identify somebody in your market that you want to be a promoter of your product, and you see if they want to do an interview with you. You might get 5 people that say no, but you get one of these people that says yes. Then at that point, what you're going to do is, thank you for that, Clayton. One of my good friends from school, Clayton, has joined us. So someday soon, Clayton, I'll be on Shark Tank. So that was awesome. So then your bonuses, just work really, really well. So use those bonuses. Go out there, and you are going to really increase your sales, increase your conversions dramatically by having good bonuses. But find those people, for example, the experts in your field. Contact them, see if they'll do an interview. If they will, do a short interview. It could be 30-minute interview or 15 minutes of their time. Allow them to pitch their products or services. Then you use that as a bonus, and guess what? When your product's done and ready to promote, they might be willing to promote it because they're featured on your sales page. So it's a really good tip to get somebody to promote for you, but also an easy way to create content for your bonuses. So it's all about piling on the values to your customer. That's going to increase your sales and your conversions. So that's step number 5, is make sure you know your bonuses. Make sure you know what those are. Step number 6 is to write and create your sales copy. Now, this may seem daunting, it may seem scary, but your sales copy is exactly how you sell your product. And I used to hesitate doing this. I used to think, oh, there's no way I'll be a great copywriter. And then I realized you're never going to be a good copywriter if you don't just get out there and start doing it. It's like anything in life. And so, I've started to get to the point where I've, perfected sales copy, so I can have my sales letters convert, and I know they're going to convert well. And I still am not 100%. Now, for me, I'm never 100% satisfied with my results with sales copy until I get 100% conversion. And is that ever going to happen? No, because nobody has 100% conversion. But it means I can always keep striving for excellence and to be better at it. And so I'll give you guys a couple of keys to really focus when you're writing sales copy. And, that sales copy could be a whole nother, it could be about 20 different live streams, to be dead honest, because there's so much to do. So there's quite a bit, that can be covered there. So I want to say a shout out to Richard. So glad to have you here. Several other of our friends from Vietnam have joined us. So really happy to have you all here as well. So, so the next thing that we've got is, those 5 couple tips for writing good sales copy. Start with a strong and powerful headline. Your strong and headline is so important. Your headline is what draws them into the sales copy. Is your headline going to make them purchase your product? Probably not. But if you have a bad headline, your chances of ever selling anything are way, way down. So you need to have a high quality headline that draws them in. Now, my headlines are generally benefit driven, so it gives people a really key benefit as to what they're going to get. Now, there's a difference between features and benefits. A features would be like a 15 video course. It might be, another example of a good feature would be 35-page document. Those are some just basic examples. Maybe it's a 2.5-hour training session. That would be a feature. A benefit, though, is what are they going to get from that content? What are they going to get from your info product? Are they going to achieve more success in their relationships? Are they going to achieve more success in their life and in their business? What is the main benefit they're going to get? And that's where knowing your target audience is so important. Like for the child safety product, my headline is going to be under the realm of, make sure that your kid never falls victim of, social media predators. Or are you sure that your kids are safe online? Are you 100% sure that your kids are safe in this terrible world of social media? So those are ways that kind of trigger a fear point for parents. Or the other headline, the first headline, is an example of kind of drawing them into, are your kids really safe? And it's going to make them want to continue to read the sales copy. So start with a benefit-driven headline that draws people in. Now you can go to Google and do a search for headline templates or copywriting headline templates, and you could find some examples of good headlines that you could swipe and use and just insert for your market. So you can do that. So a good headline is important. Number 2 is a good storyline. So a good storyline, everybody loves the good stories. It's how things have been handed down from generations to generations to generations. And it's a great way to hook your audience into, why they should be buying your product. So you can tell a story about anything. So you could share a story about maybe if you're in, the weight loss product, for example, you could share a story about how, this is how you felt before you lost weight. After you overcame the struggle, this is now how your life is, right? You're more confident, you're more, you're happier with yourself. You find that your success at relationships has improved. You find success in life has gone up. You find that your confidence is better. Just telling a good little story about yourself and, maybe how you felt when you looked at old pictures of yourself. So those are ways to kind of draw people in and kind of make them go, oh yeah, I connect with you. I can connect with you. And so storytelling is a good part of copywriting. So think of a good story that'll resonate with your market. For those that go to church, you guys notice a lot of times pastors will start their sermons with a story, right? With a really good, well-crafted story, because it draws you into the rest of their sermon. And there's a reason they do that. And so you can really kind of use that as an example of how you can actually create and craft a good message to get people to read the rest of your copy. Another good thing is to have those bullet points. Bullet points do really well within your copy. And so those would be things, like where you give people their main benefits, and if you purchase this product today, here's just a little taste of what you're going to discover. And then at that point, I give them 5 or 6 key bullet points as far as what they're going to find inside my training program. You're going to discover my exact info product success blueprint. You're going to find the exact 28-day formula that I used to go from fat to fit in just 28 days. Those are the kind of things that are going to get people excited. You could even say, like, one of my favorite bullet points to use is I might say at the 32 minute and 22 second mark, I reveal my favorite strategy for being better at relationships. So I use that kind of approach, and it makes people go, oh wow, what is at the 32 minute and 33 second mark? I want to find out. Or what's the secret that he's going to reveal on page 52 that nobody else has ever revealed? So those are examples of bullet points that get attention. Breaking up your copy with sub-headlines is also super important. So a sub-headline is not your main top headline, but it'd be the headline people see as they're going back reading through your sales copy. So it's going to be a little sub-headline that jumps out at people. And I want to thank everybody that's joined us. This is now my most liked live stream video. So you guys are awesome, and I will keep going. So, make sure as people read, we all have attention deficit disorder in a sense, and we're all in a rush. Everybody's in a rush these days. So 90% of the time when people read your copy, they're skimming it. So when they read your headline, they're actually reading for points that are going to jump out to them. And oftentimes they're going to go back up and start really reading if they're interested. So that's why your subheadline should just be little stop points that make people, as they're skimming, say, well, I'm going to stop because that headline resonated with me and I want to learn more about that. Then below that, you write a paragraph about that topic. And so, that's really, really key as well. The final thing, just as far as sales copy goes, is recapping your offer. I cannot stress that enough. And if you want to get good at good sales and good copy, you should really watch the infomercials, the late night infomercials. I record those sometimes. I think they're fantastic because you're going to see how they frame the offers. They do everything, basically they're doing everything you would do in a good sales message in a 15, 20-minute infomercial. And at the end of it, the closing part, they're really hitting home the value. And remember, if you act right now, we're going to double the offer. And if you do this, we're throwing in this bonus and this bonus. And if you act, this minute, we're going to throw in the special how-to guide on how to be a better whatever it is that you're buying, however it fits together. And so that's why bonuses was the tip right above this, because you need to have good bonuses to identify as you write your sales copy. That brings us now to tip number 7. Tip number 7, that is your product graphics. Your product graphics is really important to your copy, and especially in this day and age. Back a few years ago, I would have said it's not as important, but now in this visual world where everybody's so used to videos and images, they are important to really stand out, make you jump out from the crowd. And I'm going to share a couple of really good tips with you guys as far as product graphics go. So here's a couple places. The first one is placeit.net. 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 Placeit.net is a really fantastic tool where you can actually take your product graphics, you could take your own image, and you can place it literally on like a cell phone, on a computer screen. In fact, in my Your First info product course, I actually take my info product graphic, which is literally a screenshot from my PowerPoints. And Nancy, I feel your pain. You know, Nancy said graphics are really my nemesis, and she said I'm just hopeless. But I'm here to give you hope, Nancy, because I am not an artistic individual. I'm very creative when it comes to content creation and good products. Art and me do not mix. I appreciate good art. I appreciate good artists tremendously because I love seeing good art. But I'm not somebody that's going to sit down and paint a high quality picture, nor am I somebody that's going to sit down in front of Photoshop and put together this amazing graphic. But using Placeit.net, Nancy, and PowerPoint, I can make an outstanding looking graphic that looks super professional to people, and it's just using two really basic tools. So you can place your graphic all over. You could take a selfie, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, people are looking through your copy. Instead of just seeing a picture of you, they're seeing you on a computer screen. They're seeing your picture show up on a cell phone or an iPad, and all of a sudden, your product looks different from the competition's. So, there's tools like that. One of my all-time favorite graphic tools that I really love right now that I've been using, it's a paid tool, and I'll probably put a link to it at the end, when I edit this video, but it's Youzign, Youzign, Youzign. It is a point-and-click graphic software. I absolutely love that tool to death, and I think it's just fantastic for creating those amazing graphics. And another tool that I use consistently for creating my ebook cover graphics, so I don't have to outsource anymore, is Pixel Studio FX from Jimmy Kim. And it's a really powerful tool as well. So Pixel Studio FX, they create really high quality graphics for your info products, and it's a simple point and click software. I use it for all mine. So I can using these tools, I can do every one of my steps here without having to outsource anything if you don't want to. So you can do that. So that is your product graphics. It's step number 7 because you need those in order to integrate them into your sales copy. Step number 8 is to upload your product graphics. So after you've created your product, whether it's a video, whether it's a PDF, whether it's just a straight MP3 audio, you need to upload that to the internet so that we can then create our download page, which will be one of the next steps. To upload it to the internet, there's a couple tools you can use. The first one is called FileZilla. FileZilla, it's an FTP program. What FileZilla does is it actually gets your product from your computer up to the internet. And thank you so much, Win. I do feel very dep try. I do feel that today. Thank you. So the next thing that you've got is you upload your graphics from your computer. So from your computer to your web host, and that's where you're going to host the files. And so it's from there that you're going to link them up. Now, the one thing that a lot of people, and I'll try to speak a little bit slower for you guys because I have a lot to cover here. But another tool you can use is Amazon S3. Now, Amazon has done a fantastic job. Amazon's done a great job of making it super easy to upload with S3 now. And so you just go to amazon.com/S3 and you'll create your folder. And it's from in there that you just simply choose the upload button. You'll find the product on your computer. You'll click upload, and then once it's uploaded there onto your computer, it's at that point, or once it's uploaded to Amazon, you just right click on it, say make public, and then you go to settings. You right click on it, choose settings, and that's going to be the link, the direct path on Amazon to your product. So Amazon S3 is where I host the majority of my info product files, and it's super easy to use and set up, and it's not something that should scare you at all. And so those are the two tools that I use to upload my product files to the internet. The next step, this is step number 9, is going to be to create your download page. Create your download page. For me, My download pages are super simple. I don't use a fancy editor. I use Composer, KOMPOZER.net. Composer, and you can get it at composer.net. Composer.net, and it is a free HTML editor. And you can just go to File, create a new file, and it's a Word. It's a blank document, right? It looks like Word, and you can always enhance your download pages later. I have not, in all my years of selling online, 17 years, I've never had somebody complain to me that my download page was ugly, therefore they're going to refund. Now, if your sales page is really ugly, you're going to, that's a different story. But I've never had anybody say, oh, your download page looks so terrible, Paul, I'm going to get a refund just because it looks bad. Don't stress about having a perfect looking download page the first time out. I've watched people actually get hung up at this point, and it drives me crazy to see that, because you're so close to success, but then you're like, oh, my download page doesn't look good. You start with the blank document in Composer, and what you can do there is just link up your files. So it's at that point you put, download video number one. Download video number one, and then you put your Amazon S3 link right there. Download video 2, put your S3 link in right there. And it's super simple to use. It's like using Microsoft Word. It really is that simple. And so it's free. And Nancy here, she said I taught her how to use Composer years ago, which I did, Nancy. And to this day, Nancy, I still use Composer. It's still sitting on my computer. It works on Microsoft Office, on Windows computers, and it works on Macs as well. And it's a program that I still use, I still believe in, and some people have joked with me and they're like, Paul, you are so old school. I'm probably the youngest, hippest, old school marketer out there because I don't need to have the fancy tools to make it work. It's just about function and getting the job done for my customers, and then you can worry about making a beautiful download page later if you choose. And then another really good tip for your download page is come up with some sort of an offer that you can use. Let's see, are you guys still hearing me okay? Let's see here. Are you guys hearing me okay? Can I get a thumbs up or a yes? Let's see, okay. Hopefully you guys are still seeing me. All right, great. Okay, getting some yeses now. We're back. Okay, so we got a little disconnection there. Okay, so creating your download page. Another tip that I use, for example, like Bernard said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is my mentality for my download pages as well. So the other thing that I actually do on my download pages is come up with some sort of an offer that fits, right? So I come up with an offer that is fitting to what my front end offer is. And so that could be an affiliate link. I could do a registration for a webinar, but you always want to have something on your download page because your customers, they're proven buyers and they're already there. So why not upsell them to your mastermind group, to your coaching group? Why not put an upsell link on your download page? Monetize that download page. It's a fantastic way to go. The next thing that you've got is your JV page. Your JV page, that is the next thing you're going to create, and that is step number 9. So after we made our download page, we need to set up our JV page. This is our joint venture page here to do that. Let's see here. Looks like somebody said it froze again. All right. Hopefully we'll be back without many issues. A few people said it froze. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. Hopefully we're back. So if you are not seeing me, let me know, or if you are. So the next thing is your JV page. This is where you recruit your affiliates. And a JV page I make in Composer. And inside Composer, that's again point and click simple. And it's a basic sales page. It's a basic sales page that sells people on why they should promote. And I really highlight the key points. Like for me, I highlight that I have a good sales funnel, that I have upsells, so they're going to make, more than just the front end offer. And affiliates really like that. So the JV page, it's a basic page where you highlight what they're going to find. So you'll highlight what they're going to get if they purchase. You're going to highlight, or if the customers purchase, you're going to highlight the value they're going to receive, their audience. You're going to give them email swipes, and so those are maybe 4 or 5 bullet points and selling points as to why people should buy this product. And it's just to give your affiliates some ideas and promotional tools to start with. So you want to give them affiliate tools. You want to tell them what's in your info product. You want to tell them about your sales funnel. You want to tell them about any contest that you might have. And then you want to give them the link to get your affiliate link, whether that's with ClickBank or JVZoo or Warrior Plus or whatever platform you're using. You're going to give them your affiliate link. Now, my JV page is really valuable to me because that's where I'm going to get the bulk of my traffic to my info product is through my affiliate partners. So I spend a lot of time creating a super high quality, a JV page that really sells people on why they should promote. And I really treat my JV page like it's a sales page because it's all about converting those affiliates. One of my great affiliates, Gene Pimentel, right on cue as I'm talking about great affiliates, he joined me here. So welcome, Gene. So glad you are here on this live stream today. So Gene is fantastic. Gene Pimentel, he creates some great products, especially in the domain space, if you guys check him out sometime. So your JV page is absolutely a must, and you must create that. And that is for step number 9. Now, step number 10 is create your JV page. Step number 11 is to move your sales copy over. So moving your sales copy over. So you've created your sales copy. You can do it in Composer. You could do your sales copy in a text pad editor. You could write it in a Word document if you want. That's usually how I start my sales copy. And then for the 11th step is I move my sales copy to an online tool because I want my sales pages to look good. I used to be like, all right, just go with the real basic pages. And those still work, but I've started to actually make them look a little more mobile responsive and cleaner. And so for those, there's several tools. There's ClickFunnels, which is out there. There is Lead Pages. My favorite tool that I use, and again, some people think I'm nuts, but it's OptimizePress. I still love that tool and I use it. And OptimizePress integrates perfectly with WordPress, and so works really well with WordPress. So there's Lead Pages, there's ClickFunnels, there's OptimizePress, and there's also like Beaver Builder. I know some people that really use that as well. And you can also use a standard WordPress page if you want. You don't need a sales page plugin, but you can get a standard WordPress theme and then set it so there's no sidebars. So it's in the right-hand side when you're inside your WordPress page, and you could just make a very basic sales page that way and use the built-in, the bolding, the coloring of your content like you're using Microsoft Word, to just kind of make your sales copy look clean and professional. And so I move my sales copy that I've written already, and I move it into my page builder of choice. And so those are all the options, all different price levels, like ClickFunnels and Lead Pages are monthly. OptimizePress is a one-time cost. And if cost is an issue or a hindrance from getting your product live, use WordPress, which is free, and you already should have that installed. Use WordPress and then create your sales page on that. So those are just some ideas for creating sales, making your sales copy look good and clean. Step number 12 is set up your upsell pages. So much in the same way that we just did in the last step is I set up my upsell pages for step number 12. And again, these are the 14 steps that I go through when I launch an info product every single time. And so step number 12 is where I'm going to use my ClickFunnels or Lead Pages or OptimizePress or WordPress itself to actually copy and paste my sales copy and slide it right into whatever page builder that I'm going to use. It could be Beaver Builder as well. There's many of the page builders out there that you can use. Step number 13 is going to be, in this step, it's where you're going to choose where you're going to be selling your product. So are you selling your product from ClickBank? Are you selling it from JVZoo, from Warrior Plus? What shopping cart are you using? Are you going to use Infusionsoft? Are you going to use Nanocast, One Shopping Cart? What shopping cart platform are you using? Now for me, I tend to stick with ClickBank or JVZoo because it's so easy to track my affiliates. And for me, I'm a solopreneur, so I like to do things myself. I don't have a large team. I don't need to have an accounting team because ClickBank kind of acts as my accounting team for launches as well. And so, they pay my affiliates on time. I don't have to worry about it. So you can set up your product on your platform. So that's step number 13. So set it up on ClickBank, on JVZoo. If you're doing anything outside of the internet marketing space, definitely I would look at setting it up on ClickBank. They have a really good marketplace that's got a long-term feel behind it. Then further, I would also look at JVZoo for even your niche products, because they really are an up-and-coming platform that's been around several years, high quality. I've done a lot of money on JVZoo, and they're starting to really kind of expand out there in the other niches. So you could also list your product on both. There's nothing wrong with having your product on 2 platforms, but just choose one of those platforms and set up your product, because once your download page is uploaded and done, once your sales page is all done, once you have those 2 things in place and your product files are all loaded, that's why this is one of the last steps, because it's a sequential order that I go through when I launch my info products from start to finish. So that's step number 13, is to get your product live. Step number 14 is to recruit your affiliates. Recruit your affiliates and send them to that JV page that you set up. And your affiliates are super important to your success, because that's how you're going to get your first influx of traffic. And I'll share with you guys a couple of joint venture recruitment strategies. So step number 1 is relationship building. Step number 1 is identifying which people you want to have promote your product, and then see how you can benefit them. So you can go out to certain affiliates in your niche market, and instead of just approaching them with, hey, I've got something great you can promote, you should see how you can serve them first. If you serve others first, then, the law of reciprocity, they're going to want to reciprocate to you. It only makes sense. Plus, it's a biblical principle that works. So see if you can offer them a spot on your download page. So you can approach them and say, hey, I've got this great launch coming up. I really, think it's a great fit for your audience. I would like to integrate your product on my download page. Would you be open to that? And then see if they're open to it. That's a great way to open, by doing something for them first and seeing if they're willing to promote for you. You really only need to get a few strong affiliates at the beginning of a product launch, and then a bunch more are going to start jumping on board after that. So if you can target those few strong affiliates you want, offer them something of value. And again, to find those affiliates, you're looking at the launch boards for your niche market. So that means going to ClickBank and looking at the leaderboards, going to JVZoo, seeing who's out there, reaching out to those people using Facebook, using email, using forms on their website, looking at their privacy policy pages for their emails, those types of things to locate your affiliates. You can also go out to ezinearticles.com and find the top article writers for your space. Contact those people. They're in your market. They're building a list. They're building a following. They're using that as a traffic source. So you may as well go out there and leverage those people that are providing good content to the market and see if they're open to being an affiliate. Go out to people that have YouTube channels that are highly successful, or Facebook pages or groups that are successful in your space, and find those people. Do whatever it takes to stand out. One really good example, there's an affiliate that he stands out to me every year, and I tell him time and time again how to, I tell him, whatever he has to promote, I'm there. And it's funny, because every Christmas time for the last several years, he sent me a box of brownies. And the brownies are delicious and they're great. And I ate too much in the past, because you guys have all seen my transformation. So now I hope he sends me celery sticks, but he sends me brownies every single year. And I'm always like, it's always cool. It's a simple gesture, but it stands out in my mind, right? Because he took time to think of me and do something different. Another way to reach affiliates is through the mailbox, the regular physical mailbox, not the email inbox, the physical mailbox. Send a postcard, send a handwritten letter to them about your launch. Send that out to 100 affiliates. You'll probably get a decent amount of them that are actually going to see it, rather than everybody else that might just be contacting them through another channel. So, those are just some tips and strategies. The players in your industry, they're hanging out on Twitter, they're hanging out on Facebook. See how you can serve them first, and you're going to be better off as far as getting affiliates. So those are my 14 info product tips for launching an info product from scratch. So let me recap all 14 points again, and then we will continue. So point number 1 is identify your target market. So that's knowing who you want to go after. Point number 2 is your product outline. Your product outline, creating your product outline, and that's really important. Point number 3 is your OTO, or your sales funnel. You always need a sales funnel. It's going to make your affiliates happy. Your customers are happy because they're getting additional value and additional ways to learn and digest content. Your upsell funnel could be as simple as doing like a Facebook mastermind group or something like that. Step number 4, this is going to be create your info product. So use video, use audio, whatever it takes to make your info product. Step number 5 is your bonuses. Identify your bonuses. That's super important for you. So identify those bonuses. It's going to be essential to your success, because if you know what bonuses you're going to offer your customers, you're going to be able to be a better salesman. You're going to get better conversions on your products. Step number 6, your sales copy. That's where you write your sales copy. Start with a good headline. Use bullet points to draw people in. That's really important. Step number 7, product graphics. You can use the couple tools that I talked about. For those that are graphically impaired, Placeit.net. Placeit.net. It's a really fun free tool. And then Youzign.com. Youzign.com. Youzign.com is another fantastic tool that you can use. The next one, let's do step number 8. Step number 8, that is to upload your files to Amazon S3 or FileZilla. So that's your product files, your graphic image files. Those things you're going to upload to your server. And that brings us to step number 9. Step number 9, which is to create your download page. Create your download page. And remember, I use that in Composer. Composer.net is where you can download it. It's a free tool. And it's simply just linking up my files. Now, step number 11. Step number 11, 10, 1, 11. That is create your JV page. Your JV page is where you recruit your affiliates for your product. You recruit your affiliates. Step number 12. Step number 12, that is where you move your sales copy, where I move it to my page builder of choice, whether it's OptimizePress, Lead Pages, ClickFunnels. I take the sales copy that I wrote from one of the previous steps and I move it into my preferred page builder. Step number 14, that is where or 13, excuse me. Step 13, that's where I set up my product, step 13, onto ClickBank, onto JVZoo, Warrior Plus, Nanocast, One Shopping Cart. So you set it up on your shopping cart and affiliate tracking system. And then the final step, step number 14, that's where you go recruit your affiliates, you build that relationship with them, and you find those affiliates. So I really appreciate you guys. This has been an outstanding live stream. And I will say, I do have one special thing for those that are watching, because I know I just covered here 14 tips for launching an info product, and I know it's tough to just cover all this just by hearsay and just on live stream. So I actually do have an info product called Your First Info Product, and I will provide a link to that product here in the replay of this live stream. And this info product it's all about teaching these 14 methods, but in more detail for you guys. And the best part about this is that I've got 3 options for you. You guys can get a personal license. You guys could actually just learn from me, so learn that training. Or you can actually get a private label rights license, which means you could sell that training. So it's similar to this training, but in much more detail as well, like hours of training. You can sell that training as your own, or you can get the co-branded PLR license, which is something that I've never offered before with my products. And that means you can actually use my name with your name. So it looks like we're launching the product together. So you've got the co-branded license. And if you guys really want to know, I'll tell you guys a tip to success online. You can buy my product and then follow my sales funnel, and you guys will see the exact method that I use. Turn on Camtasia, turn on Screencast-O-Matic, and film my sales funnel so you get an idea of how your upsells could flow and how that could flow. So that's another tip that I do when I see products that are selling well and I continue to learn myself. I'll buy the product, I've bought products because I didn't even care for the product. I just wanted to see how their sales funnel was because they're a successful seller. So I'm always learning from other people. And so I'm going to provide the link to that, my Info Product Success Training. And it's a really valuable source. Obviously, you guys could take these 14 tips and do really well. But my Info Product course, I feel, is most beneficial to you guys because it covers these 14 tips in a lot more detail. And one of the big bonuses that I'm offering customers is an in-depth technical training that's going to take place on the 23rd. And so again, many of you watching this later on, you'll miss that. But it will be held live with the recording made available. So you'll be able to catch that replay. And step by step, it's going to take you through some of the technical parts of setting these things up. And then the training part itself really dives into the details. So again, Wynn, I'm so grateful you joined me as well. And I love you too. Kian, you're most welcome. So happy to provide this value to you guys. So any other questions for me, guys? You guys can ask right here. Otherwise, we will end this live stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a great deal. It's always fun doing these for you all. I greatly enjoy it. And we will talk to you all soon. So, Tom Biet to my friends from Vietnam. And goodbye to all my friends here in America and everywhere else in the world. So, all right, I appreciate you guys. And I will get this reposted here on Facebook with the link to check out my new product called Your First Info Product, which details all these. Bernard, I'm actually using for my live stream here, I'm using the iPhone 7 Plus, and so I'm using the webcam or the front-facing camera for that. Or, I'm sorry, the selfie camera. Yeah, the iPhone 7 selfie camera. Great question. All right, good deal, guys. I don't see any other questions yet, so I will answer more questions that come in later today. So I appreciate you guys. Yep. Oh, Terry. Oh, my goodness. Terry, you are on fire. So Terry Loving, thank you so much. Terry's in there taking notes for everybody. Absolutely beautiful job. So thank you for that. Awesome, Terry. I appreciate that. Terry's got some notes for you guys in there. Bernard, you're most welcome. Tom Biet Wynn, you are most welcome. So happy to be sharing with you. Linda, yeah, thank you. I felt the audio and video sounds really good on this device. And you are most welcome, Nancy. Happy to have you here, as always, for this live stream. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one. Take care. We'll be in touch.